Welcome to the Nonprofit Exchange. This is Hugh Ballou, founder and president of Vision Leadership Foundation, where synergy drives our engagement around the vision that we have for our organization. Today, I have a special guest, and we're going to talk about thriving. Oh, wow, live to thrive. This is going to be a really good episode. Thriving is not a matter of luck. We're going to talk about that in a minute, but my guest is Randy Selig. Randy, tell us a little bit about yourself, your background, and your passion for this topic.
I come at this topic of thriving and how I, personally have gotten to this place in life through a very long walk around the block. And, all these years later, I had this 4 foot stack of papers in my office. I kept looking at it and saying, wow, I know there's a couple of books inside there, and there's a couple of books inside me. And out of that came, after a lot of thinking and organizing, this book, Thriving: How to Create a Healthier, Happier, and More Prosperous Life. The difference between being a leader and having vision and being a manager became very clear to me. I was not a great manager. When I started off at the beginning of the year, the senior year in high school, I recruited half a dozen section editors. They were all people I knew well. I would consider most of them friends. By the end of the year, none of them were friends anymore. I had been so tough on them, so difficult in demanding things of them, and not appreciative enough along the way. And this began to a lifelong pursuit to distinguish between leadership and management, and to become a much better manager. I've always been a good leader with vision, but the management side, I had to work at really hard. I talk about thriving as being an integration of a number of key elements in our lives. Everybody's a little bit different, so what you put into that portfolio of things will be a little bit different, and that makes sense, and that's natural. But you have to be thriving personally. That's one. In fact, that's half the book, because it's so foundational. Everything else leads from thriving personally. When you're thriving personally, you're developing character. You're somebody who has integrity. You are grateful. You have a sense of purpose in your life. You have your emotions in either in check or running in a very healthy, happy way for yourself.
That. What do you want to leave people with today?
Well, I just want to be a voice for encouragement and inspiration. Everybody ages, not everybody ages well. There are ways to go about this in life, and I reveal these things in my book. There are a lot of ways that, pain points in life. Everybody has made mistakes. Everybody has had moments of doubt or confusion. Transitions are part of life. Life is chock-a-block full of endings and beginnings, and in the middle is transitions. And I talk about getting through those transitions, becoming resilient, having grit, and so on. So I just want to be a voice for encouragement, and you know, we can be the author of our own story. We can design our own lives, and I just want to say that as many times as people let me say it.
That is the closing thought. We are responsible and we can do it. We can do it. Rand Selig, thank you for your gifts of wealth and of knowledge today.
It's been my pleasure to be with you, Hugh.
Thank you.